Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. If you're new, thank you for coming, and if you are not, welcome back. Today I thought I would share a couple of new Sunrise Playroom games that I am doing with Darrion. I recently went through my developmental model. Now if you're new, I do the Sunrise program with Darrion, and one of the main underlining backbones of the Sunrise program is their developmental model, which enables me as his mom to teach him how to interact. That means have conversations and engage with people that are not his specific one thing that he's really interested in. Verbal communication, eye contact, and flexibility. And flexibility is not how far he can stretch, which he is really good at because he chews his own toenails. Flexibility means that just they're not so rigid in their wants and what they want to do. They're willing to do other things that aren't necessarily the thing that they're the most focused on or interested in. So I've been doing my Sunrise program with Darrion for about a year and a half, and as I've moved along on the developmental model and checked off goals that he has achieved, I'm getting to the point where it's more nitty gritty, more focused, more things that I'm like struggling to find games for, because my son is very much a bouncy, run around, tickle me type of a child, and board games, that sort of thing aren't really his thing. So to kind of illustrate this, I'm going to I shared the 4 things that the developmental model works on, and I'm going to share how one of these things is kind of present in at least 3 of these things. So during the interactive attention span, they talk about can join in an activity already in progress. So if you are trying to teach your child to play with other children, if other children are playing, they're not in there with their elbows kind of grabbing at the toys. They're, going, can I play too? Or can I join in this game? They're having to, wait and not, so that's a taking turns thing. Interacts continually with a single activity chosen by another person. So this kind of like links in with flexibility as well, but essentially if somebody else wants to, do something, can they continually interact with that activity even if it's not something they themselves chose? In verbal communication, the thing that we're teaching, another thing, it says can initiate a conversation and take turns talking and listening. Now, I think that there are some adults who have trouble with that. I am one of them, because sometimes people will say something to me and I'm like, oh, I should tell them that. And I want to blurt it out before my brain forgets it, and then it's lost forever. And so I need to remind myself regularly to really listen and not just bowl over people because I have a really good thought right then. But teaching my son to do the same thing in a way that is verbal communication, not just which he likes to do in the middle of conversations sometimes too. In flexibility, it talks about plays games that have simple rules and structure. A major take turns, that sort of thing. And then takes turn during an activity and waits willingly for someone else's turn, and then understands the concept of yours and mine. So I've struggled with this for quite some time. It's been on my goal sheet or my developmental model goal for a really long time, because I really struggled with the idea of how do I like bring that forward to a child who doesn't like to play board games, who doesn't, he doesn't even like to play hide and go seek very well, or, there's just some of those structural games that he is like, nah, not interested. So Yay, I figured one out and I want to share it with you because it is so integral to everything that we're trying to teach our children. So this, my friends, is a dice. And what I've done is taken pictures of all the things that my son loves to do and fix them onto this box. Now this box came to us in a present, I think, but it's just a simple, perfect square box that you could get probably anywhere if you're really looking for that sort of thing. But like gift shops and stuff like that will probably have these. And then what I did is I stuffed it full of newspaper as tight as I could, just to give it a little bit of support, because I knew this was going to get tossed against a wall and I didn't want it to break very easily. And then I printed the pictures. So one of the things Darrion loves is bouncing on a ball, and that's with his volunteer Faye. And he's getting tickled by another volunteer, and he loves it when mommy turns into a lion, and he loves being chased, tag games. And we have big exercise balls, and he loves it when I throw them at him and pretend they're rocks. I don't know, just something weird he loves. This little guy is his absolute favorite, and he will actually try and plunk this on the ground so that this is at the top and he will just clunk, and I'm like, no. So that's part of those rules. But he absolutely loves this. He loves playing with it, and when it's my turn, to throw it, what he does like is he likes tickling me. He's not really gotten to him doing the claw yet. I really pretend that his hand is getting me and I'm fighting it off. But it's one of the things that I will call this the gateway to taking turns game. Mainly because, in order to teach your child, you have to really use their motivations, the things that they absolutely love to do, and then they will do this. The bonus to this, too, is his sisters love playing this game. So I have found them in Darrion's room playing this game by themselves, and so now I'm going to try on the week that they have off coming up to have them play with Darrion with this in his room with me, just to see if we can add yet another person and see if Darrion can engage that way as well. So this was kind of one of those like brilliant moments for me, and I was very excited that he absolutely loves the dice game. So the other thing that I started doing was kind of preparing for once this game runs its course, or he learns the very particulars of taking turns and stuff like that. Maybe this is one of those games that will be here for quite some time, I don't know. But I wanted to prepare for games that he's going to need to be able to play later on, and when he's more willing and open to doing it. So then I made this thing. Now this is simple cardboard. One of his homeschool books came in this, and I was able to do about 3 layers of cardboard, and then I just was able to glue them together. So I don't know if you can see, but there's little recesses inside this that I've painted and then put a little magnet on, so that these little tic-tac-toe things, yay, I won! These little tic-tac-toe things will stay on. So my son he's got so much energy that I was very concerned, or thought about the fact that it might get upset. And I really wanted him to be able to go take a break if he needed to, or whatever, and not have this get all broken or whatever, and then we'd have to start over. And then of course there's an extra piece because there's only so much room on there. But the other thing I did was, because I knew it was going to have like a little bump out here, there's only one sheet of cardboard at the back right here. This is just one sheet, and so I didn't really want to recess this, but I did recess it in here. And it was as simple as, again, taking some cardboard. I printed these out. I will try and find them for you, but they're just Scrabble letters. And I printed a bunch out at a certain size that I wanted. I wanted it quite big and quite tactile. And then I took just a little bit of magnet stuff that I got at the dollar store and used the box cutter to cut it out, and then used a pen just to flatten a little bit cardboard ridges, and then just taped it on with my handy dandy packing tape. So that's another game that I have in the works to integrate Darrion, but it's one of those things where I wanted to share with you because sometimes the things on the developmental model sound really straightforward. Teach them how to take turns. But if you don't have a child who likes to play board games or is that interested in that kind of thing, how do you do it? And I wanted to share that it is okay for anybody and everybody to go, okay, I have no idea how to achieve this goal with my kid. Based on the things that they like versus what they don't like. Darrion, I've tried to pull out Twister a couple of times, and he was just like, meh, don't care. And I've tried, what was the other one I tried? There's one other game that I got, and it was just like, yeah, he just was like, that's not my thing, I'm not interested, or I'm not there yet. And so I really needed to scale it back and go, okay, what are the things that he loves? What are the things? And this dice game was perfect because you as a parent know the things that your child loves. If he loves reading stories, you could put that on there. We're going to read a story. Or, you know, it doesn't have to be a really fast-paced game like this is. For Darrion, he needs fast moving in order to keep his attention. But I just wanted to give you encouragement if you're doing a Sunrise program and you're like, I don't know how to achieve this goal. Yeah, like give yourself time to figure it out because something might come to you as time goes on. And I hope that this helps you. If it does, awesome. Give it a thumbs up because I am just so excited that I've figured out a way that Darrion is so enthusiastic about learning just this one thing, but that seems to be so integral to all of the 4 areas on the developmental model that we're trying to teach our kids. So I hope this has been a helpful video. I hope you're having an awesome week, and next week we'll chat about some more games. I think I've got a couple more due to other things on my list, and I just had a really good yay moment where I thought of games. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you next week.